This time on Boneyard Revivals, we are rebuilding a cast set of Small Block Chevy 400 heads. Alright, so we have our whole assembly here that we're going to throw together. I can get it in there. There we go. We'll take our valve stem tip that's acting as our spacer in there. We'll go ahead and we'll throw the whole thing onto the stud. We're going to screw it on. And the key is you want this, pretty much take it to tight and then back it off like quarter or half a turn. So that's what we're going to do here. Okay, so that's tight. We'll back it off to about there. Then we have our ratchet with our socket that goes on our nut. And basically what we're doing is as we ratchet, and tighten this nut, it will actually press that all down, which will then pull the stud up. That's kind of the point of this. And like I said, there's a million other ways to do this, but this is the way that we're doing it, which is pretty much, the hard way, like how I do everything. A lot of times you'll hear it just crack. I don't know if you heard that in the audio there, but that's when it kind of just starts breaking loose and it starts pulling. A lot of these I'll show you in a little bit, some of them that are in there for a long time. And all heads are different, but we believe these ones actually go down in coolant passages, which isn't good for the bottom of that stud because of the corrosion. Another thing too was these were actually baked and peened. So what kind of really stinks is when you have an old set of cast heads that you're trying to pull the press and studs out, it's better to pull the press and studs out before you send them to the machine shop to get baked and peened, or if they do get sent to the machine shop. Basically what we actually do here and what Joe does, he'll actually pull these studs out beforehand. Just because when you bake them, basically you're kind of cooking them in there a little bit, which kind of gets them stuck in there, and then you'll actually end up having some of your studs just get stuck in there. And these are old set of heads that he had. It's kind of a cool story on these. These are actually on a 307 Chevy that he was putting together for an S10, I believe. And basically just project kind of never ended up happening, and guess somehow, long story short, basically these were sitting in the corner of his shop for a while and said, hey, we need a set of heads for a 350 we're putting together. And he's like, oh, I have just the thing. And well, here they are. So we're pulling these studs out of them, and we're gonna put these bad boys back to use. I might have just bottomed out on the threads, which has been a problem that we've been having. No, I might have just blew the nut out too. These are lower grade nuts, and they have not been, yep, that nut's done. Dang it. It's like the third or fourth one today. They're a lower grade nut. It's just kind of what we happen to have. So we've been like stripping these out all day. Oh yeah, I think it's safe to say that we blew that nut apart. Now it's best to wear gloves when you're dealing with sharp metal like this, but this is again another do as I say, not as I do moment, but there you go. Another thing that I'm going to try to do here too is clean some of the threads off, because we literally have like 2 nuts left, I think. 2? Yep, 2. Oofta. I'm getting a little nervous now. It's like we got 3 studs. Can this nut just be my hero? And we'll go ahead, we'll throw some lube in there to try to keep that lubed up. We'll also go ahead and relube the shaft here, the threads anyway. Send her all the way back on and carry on, and hopefully we can get this guy out. Alright, I think we just about have it. Yep, there it is. And then it kind of just flops out, and if we remove all this, bam, there's our press and stud. Now we just got to go over to the vise and throw this guy in there, basically pinch it down on the actual press in stud, and then get on top of it with a wrench and pull it. And now I'm dropping stuff. Sick! like I said, go ahead and clamp down the press and stud. Tighten it up and it should come out. Notice how I said should. Nope. I gotta tighten it more. Maybe that'll do it. There it goes. Ah, gorgeous. And then it should just come right up and off. And there we go. Oh, dropping stuff. And there you go. We have removed a press-in stud. One of the things I did want to show you quick, you see how it's all marred up? Basically, that's from it being crustified in there. You can actually see a chunk of metal is missing in there, and that's kind of what makes it really tough. And it kind of beats up the threads on the nut and whatnot. And as you can even see too, it started actually, the whole stud puller started actually threading down in there. And a lot of that is because of that. Basically, there's still material in there that was just glunked together, crusted up, crustified, and it spun out of there. If we went over and looked down in that hole, you'd actually probably see chunks of that still in there. But they're out. We got 2 more to get out, and then we're gonna be cutting down our stud bosses. I think we're gonna get this one. Had to fight this one, but I think we're gonna get it. Knock on imaginary wood, which is, I'm sure, somewhere. Yeah, there we go. Ooh. That usually means it's giving. Question is it giving good way or not so good way? Said usually there's a point where it gets super, super tight and then it pops. It hasn't done that yet. Basically, in a situation like this, kind of got to go by feel, and done about 2 dozens of these up to this point, so still a little fresh to it. I think it's gonna come out. Just got a little easier. Yep, we're getting this one. Claim victory, because we got it. Yep, nice. Not bad. Yeah, look at that one. Whew. That one was stuck in there. We were talking before, as you can see, that actually is coolant passage, so that could have been corroded in there, but like I said, it also got baked. See all the gunk and stuff in there? That's kind of what's holding these guys up. You can see all the material in the cast there that's kind of making that the way it was and difficult to get out, but one more. We roughed it in with this thing.
The only thing we'll have to do is you'll have to get a feel for the speed you're going to go.
Yeah, because you want it to be a constant speed, right? Especially when you're in the middle of them.
It doesn't exactly matter,
okay.
You know, but because this isn't going to be the finish cut, we are still going to put that other cutter in and put a finish cut on it.
Yeah.
Because as you get deeper here, this cutter will not cut the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
So you will put a finish cutter on it.
Okay, and then for just our stud that's stuck in there, we're just mowing through it, and then we'll get that out.
Yep,
when we go to drill and tab
mow
it.
through it, and we'll get it out later.
Okay.
You know, if we're
and this is the head that has the cracked one, right?
right here. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So we're going to see what happens there.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a whole weird scenarios here.
I'm sure it'll work itself out. All right, I guess fire it up and.
All right, that's
Lock strip and whatnot, because you want those to be unlocked.
These need to be unlocked. These
Yep.
are the back and forth tables, so they need to be unlocked. You lock this one under here, then because it's not moving.
Yep.
And then yes, we could lock
Just to make it feel better for the.
Yeah.
My question is remembering. Okay. Because it's kind of weird when you first start into it, right?
Ideally, you should be
on that side.
Here,
on that side,
because you're closer to what you're seeing.
Yeah.
Yeah, once you hear it, then you could go faster. Don't hold it like that, just keep it. A little bit off. Well, that tells you how fast you're going too.
Yeah. We don't have to worry about the heat in the cutters. Just kind of keep going.
If the faster you go, the heat will go with the chip.
Okay.
If you're pussyfooting around,
like I am,
it'll drag and it'll wear it. It'll put the heat in the cutter.
all you.
Okay, we're not cutting it all out.
Okay.
You hear that
Yep.
piece break off? That's why there's a little. That's how you should be like ripping through there.
Yeah.
Complete revolution.
So we're taking another 100 off of the 250 that we already took off.
Yes. So we're gonna make 350.
Okay.
And then we'll still be a couple over that until you put the finish cut on it.
Yeah.
Remember, this is the club tool that we're filing the majority of.
And then we'll have to go finish it again.
Yes. Yep.
I love doing the same work twice. But we're building horsepower, and that's all that matters. That's what we're here to do. So we just get the holes lined up. Get it like half started too, so like when I go to put the other one in, it doesn't slide down and like
Correct.
pinch my finger or something.
Correct.
Have to run home to mommy. I got a boo boo.
Wait till that video hits the light then.
Kid cuts his finger off with end mill. 10 million views on YouTube. Still need to get a little bit more consistent. You can kind of hear it.
Every time.
A lot of it is when I'm coming back up, when I'm rolling it over.
Every time it hits the stud and the sound changes, you slow down.
Yeah.
Hey, you did better on that one.
worked out nicely then.
It's coming out like a dream.
Oh, look at that. We're gonna have to switch the other bolt though, or no?
Nope.
Oh, look at that. Gorgeous. Problem solved. Now we just gotta cut them for threads. Right? Right. You want to take a listen now. Oh, that's right on the money. Perfect. Okay. Let's set up our tap. So we're setting up our tap. We got the pin here that goes up in our drill chuck. I can back her out a bit. There she goes. And that. And then where did I put the... okay, it's right in front of my face. Lube up our hole. There we go. And then we're also going to lube up the tip of the bit as well. Help cut through that a little easier. Get it set. And now basically what you want to do here, you see the little tiny hole in the tap there. You want to align those two guys up, which is kind of hard doing it with one hand here. Like that. And then basically you're pressing down and threading at the same time. So let's thread a hole. And there we go. Just gotta do that like 13 more times now because I got 3 done. All right, so now they're done, but we're just taking the grinder here and just cleaning up around here. But something I saw, I don't like all this casting. We're gonna buzz that off quick. That bugs the hell out of me. Just noting how much better these heads look now that there's not the crappy ass casting there. These actually look nice. Yeah, and we lost some weight too. And at this point, ready, we're gonna have to, next thing we're gonna be doing is shortening up our guides here. And yeah, that's what's next. All right, if you're seeing my face at this point in the video, you know by now, for how much I do this, it's either the end or something has gone wrong. Yeah, so basically when we were building these heads, you know, I ended up getting busy with a lot of stuff, and my dad and Joe ended up going through and finishing these heads. Unfortunately, I wasn't there to get any video clips for you, which kind of stinks for you guys because I really wanted an in-depth beginning to end, you know, how we kind of did what we did to these heads. But unfortunately, I don't have that to provide for you, so I do indeed apologize for that. What I do have to provide for you guys is a link to another video where we do a lot of the stuff and talk about a lot of the stuff that would be the remaining process for these heads for them to be a finished product. I have another video where we talk and show that stuff. So if you want to see that, I'll leave that linked up here for you guys. Basically, it's our Vortec head video. Some of you may have seen it, some of you may have not if you're new to the channel. So go ahead and check that one out. That'll kind of fill in the gaps of where this one ends and that one, you know, halfway through building those ones. And I'll kind of at least show you the whole process from, you know, beginning to end on, you know, what went into putting these heads together. As far as it goes with these heads, with our 400 small block heads, they're done and they're ready to roll. We do have an idea of what they're going to go on. It's not our originally planned ordeal. It's not the same engine that we were going to put them on. But hopefully sometime in the future, you'll be seeing a video of these heads getting dropped on some sort of small block it. So there you go. I hope you guys did enjoy this. I hope you did learn something from it. So with that being said,
We'll catch you in the next video.